Hello viewers, Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. I'm back from the coast. Had a lovely time swimming in the beach. It is my favourite beach. The waves are not too big, but they're not too small either. So every time I go for a swim, I get a pretty good workout. Dodging and jumping and diving underneath those waves. So absolutely love the beach. Okay, so I'm back, I'm rested, and we'll get back into things again. I wanted to look at the week ahead for Donald Trump. Of course, he's giving his State of the Union address in the middle of his impeachment trial. We know that the senators will be voting basically to acquit him later on this week. And I'm not even going to read on that because we know how that's going to go. We also have seen the backlash they're facing as a result of what they're doing. How's his State of Union speech going to be? What's the week like? What's he planning? One of the things that, and I've just got somebody touching my hair now, one of the things that I did, and so I will talk about what I felt and sensed just before I opened up to this reading. I wondered if he was thinking about how he's going to exact his revenge on Adam Schiff. Now, it could be that, Bill Barr, the hatchet man, comes out and says, well, we feel that the House, impeachment investigation was flawed because of A, B, C, and therefore we're going to, just take a closer look at this. Or, I just feel that once he's acquitted, he's going to be, as we've seen in his personality, we've seen him wanting to exact a price. Somebody's got to pay. Now, I go back to his tweet, and I don't know why I'm focusing on Adam Schiff, but I am. Trump tweeted, Adam Schiff hasn't paid the price yet. Okay, so I feel that there is some planning there that he's looking at this week. As soon as he gets the green light from senators, he'll look at some way to undermine the integrity of that impeachment investigation, just as he did undermine the Mueller investigation. So it is a repeat performance. But before we get downhearted, let's not forget that the way that he and the Republicans do things costs them the House in the midterms, and we've got the election, the general election in your country coming up in November. So there, again, I keep saying switch off from it because he is wanting a reaction. Just a couple of things I want to go back on. I saw Trump signing something last week, again with, along the lines of this vindictive vengefulness. We know he extended his travel ban to, I think, 6 other countries, and they're in Africa as well. And Nigeria, which has one of the largest economies in Africa, is on the travel ban. And the Nigerian government are just perplexed as to why this has occurred. So again, I go back to signing that executive order. I feel that his main focus for that was, yes, to give his base some bait, but it was also a highly racist, I feel, red flag that he's deliberately waving. So there was that. I did also feel those senators were being the 30 pieces of gold in relation to the Trump PAC or Super PAC giving the senators money for their campaign. I think we've got news that this has occurred as well. There's lots going on, absolutely lots going on. Bernie Sanders has surged ahead. There's now some division there within the Democratic Party. I feel that Russian trolls are also, I don't feel, are also stoking those fires. So I think everybody needs to take a deep breath and just calm down where Bernie Sanders is concerned. Again, I've no money on which horse wins. I've got no skin in the game. I don't, I'm not in America. I don't care who wins in the Democratic Party. I don't care who happens to be the candidate as long as someone is chosen that can beat Donald Trump. So Trump is gaslighting both Bloomberg and Sanders. So he's moving on from Biden, having done that damage. He's now looking for ways to gaslight Sanders and Bloomberg. Will he be successful? All right, so let's go back to the week ahead. I feel like that was just a steady stream of things that I have been intuiting in the last few days. But again, I come to Adam Schiff. I feel that Adam will be targeted, whether we hear about it this week or next. And I feel he's going to go for the way that Schiff ran the impeachment investigation, and Barr is going to be dragged in again. Okay, so let's go for Trump the week ahead, the State of the Union address. I don't feel he's going to be conciliatory, he's going to be puffed up, but I do feel he's going to slur, and it's going to be obvious that he's really not, he's maybe struggling a little bit with his health. Let's have a look at the week ahead for Donald Trump. A big week, State of the Union, and of course what will be an obvious acquittal, trying to block John Bolton's book publication, hide the truth. We've got lots of things coming out daily, bombshell. Let's have a look, Donald Trump's week ahead. And then I want to ask a specific question around your Supreme Court Justice and McConnell, and coming back to the surprises. Are we likely to see any surprises? Now, I'm using my Poppy Palin Everyday Enchantment Tarot. It's quite different, but let's see what we can see. Trump's week ahead. Show me, Spirit. Trump's week ahead. Trump's week ahead. Oops. Okay. Oh, they're hard to shuffle because they're quite large. All right, so we've got the Page of Wands. We've got... We've got some information, more information coming forward. This could be around those emails, but it could be around something else, because the Page of Wands is generally about communication. Now, in this card, this person is jumping the stream off into the forest with the gaslight. The gaslight could be that as well, with the torch. And those with him are yelling out, stop, stop. He's fording the stream. He looks like he's going into danger, but he's on a mission. But these people in the background look dismayed. So I feel that it's not going to be good communication. Whatever is coming forward this week for Donald Trump, it's not going to be favourable for him. So he's not going to have things all his own way. Now, whether that's Parnas or whether that's something else, there's a lot of talk about an IRS whistleblower now being followed up. There's some kind of communication coming forward this week which he's not going to like. He better be careful with his mouth as well, is what I'm feeling. Okay, we have the Five of Wands. So, this is argy-bargy. This is fighting. This is partisanship. How's his week going to go? That's where he's got his focus. He's got his focus on stoking the flames of division. He'll do that in his State of Union, I feel, address. I feel that it will be very, very highly partisan, even though that is an opportunity for the president of your country to outline his achievements and plans for the future, or her achievements and plans for the future. Trump is not going to do that. Trump is just going to really come forward. It's just going to take people's breath away, I feel. It's going to be one of those Stephen Miller, Bannon, what's his name? Steve Bannon and Miller. Is it Stephen Miller? It's going to be one of those jobs, his State of the Union address, and people are going to be a little bit aghast. So watch for that. We have the Knight of Cups. So that's interesting. The Knight of Cups is some kind of proposal. It's some kind of, it can be a romantic thing as well, but we're looking at Trump's week ahead, unless he's having an affair that we don't know about. I feel that this is a sweetener. So I think what these cards are outlining is his State of the Union address. I feel that as much as it's going to be partisan, it's also going to have some sweeteners in there as well. And the King of Wands, though, we've got the legislators here, the leaders in the Congress. So again, that's where he's focused on where's the sweetener going to go. Again, shoring up the votes of the Senate. So we've got his State of Union, and we've got his impeachment trial and vote here. We'll ask separately, I think, about that, even though I said I wasn't going to. The Page of Coins with this communication, this is about money. So I feel that there are, as I said, it's easy to predict something else coming out, but this is around money, somebody accepting money. So it could be, with this Page of Coins, this could also be, now this is a willing servant, take the dogs for a walk, and I'll pay you for it. It's almost like, he's getting away with something in broad daylight. This is around payment to somebody to do a job. He's paid somebody to do a job for him. That's the news that's coming out this week. Who is that? Could be anyone. Could be Lev Parnes releasing something that shows that in some way he received money. He could actually talk more about he paid Rudy Giuliani's legal bills to the tune of, I think, $500,000. Parnes could actually be talking, I feel, about who paid him. We've got the Knight of Blades. This is a truth coming out. So, again, it's not going to be a settled week. Trump could also announce something in this State of Union address, taking action on something. Could even be around healthcare. So I don't know what the format of the State of the Union address is, but there could be I'm just feeling there are some shocks in it. But this could also be some kind of truth coming out about somebody getting paid to do something. Okay, I'm not going to go as far as a bribe, but that kind of thing. Now we've got the Four of Coins, the offer here, and we've got the insecurity around money, holding information back. Okay, this is the money, I feel, the campaign donations to the senators. There could be more information on that, because we've got the Eight of Cups also. We've got loss here underneath the leadership card. So, obviously I feel there's an acquittal, but there are some quite unsettled conditions coming forward in this reading. Let's keep going. We've got the King of Blades here. So this is his lawyer. Okay. His legal team. Who's paying his legal team could be what the controversy is about. We have the Wheel of Fortune underneath the partisanship, the Knight of Truth. Something is turning here, and it's changing for the better. So even though this can be a really unsettled week as far as Trump is concerned and his actions, we do get progress on something. It looks like the trial is there, but there's something else. There's something legal here as well around information around the money or who is paid. I'm not sure what Pelosi has before the courts. It could be a court decision is handed down. We get something opened up, even beyond what we've already seen, because I've got the Page of Swords here. This again is a spy in the camp, so it could be we get a surprise. And I've always said that I know I'm going all around the place, but going to his acquittal, we know he's going to be acquitted, but I feel that there's going to be some surprises there. You could get a senator that may vote a different way. I'm talking beyond Susan Collins, beyond Mitt Romney. We could get some kind of surprise because there's a spy in the camp here. All right, and we've got the Lovers, of course, finishing the week off with the Lovers. So I feel that, unfortunately, he is going to have things his own way. But there is more news around, I feel, how somebody was paid coming out. Now, that's either his lawyers, it could even be somebody, or could even be who paid Parnas. There's some kind of money information coming out around how he was paid. His State of the Union address will shock people. He is working on those senators. There are going to be, I feel, some defections, not enough to change the tide. I feel that Donald Trump comes up at the end of the day with that acquittal. That comes through for him. But the eight of cups here is also lost. So I feel that he's not going to get things all his own way this week. We've got at the base of the pack, we've got the Star of Hope. We have the Queen of Swords, which I feel is the impeachment and Pelosi in the House. We have the Nine of Coins, again, around independence. And we have the Temperance card. So things are tracking along nicely, as I say, to winning the war with those cards underneath. We have our Hope card coming forward with the Star. We do have the House and the House investigations. I do feel this in Nine of Coins is, again, could be Pelosi comes out and the Democrats announce or have some information around how, because I keep going to this page of coins, payoffs or something to that order, and announces another investigation here, because we've got balance really coming through and a healing coming through. While in the midst of all this chaos, which I know we find that hard to believe, but that's as I see the week panning out. Let's ask, I'm just wondering here, my laptop is getting a bit hot, whether I should chance another question, maybe a quick question. Are there any surprises in the acquittal vote? I'm just going to call it that because I know, or the sham trial. Are there any surprises for Democrats going in the favour of the Democratic Party in the sham trial? Are there any surprises in this sham trial for us? Things we weren't expecting, results that might be different to what we are thinking. Are there any surprises, Spirit? Are there any surprises in the trial, the Senate trial of Donald Trump, the impeachment trial? Are there any surprises, please, in this impeachment trial? Okay, it's a quick question. The Ten of Wands, no, that's a no card. It's going to be hard work, really, to get, to impeach, remove this president. He's already been impeached. The Eight of Coins, again, hard work being done. But we do have the Knight of Swords. So this knight comes forward fairly quickly. It's a speedy night. So we've got something else emerging at the 11th hour, because I'm drawn to the clock here on the wall, 10 minutes before midnight. We've got something else emerging which is detrimental to Trump. The King of Swords. I'm going again to his legal counsel. Now, there are a couple of things here, or going to the lawyers, the House managers. What's at the base? We've got Trump here, the Lovers, deals. We have the King of Coins, Donald Trump, the businessman. We've got the Six of Swords. So moving on, I feel, from this impeachment, and we've got new starts. Or the Ace of Wands, but right at the, if I keep going, we've got this Page of Swords and the Eight of Cups. Something is coming out this week around Donald Trump's finances. So it could be at the 11th hour. Will it change the result? No, but it's just going to add more fuel to that fire that is burning underneath Trump as we speak. Wow, a huge week, a huge week. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go any further because I don't want to lose this reading. Those cards were really interesting. I'm just getting a draw with this Ace of Wands to the sunrise that's coming over that hill, and this question went to my Sun card that I pulled. There's illumination on the horizon here this week. It's going to come at the 11th hour. It has to do with money, who's being paid in some way. His legal counsel as well, who paid their bills. Interesting. Something's going to drop. Could even be Parnas, as I said. Who paid him? It could be around Donald Trump enriching himself. There's some kind of 11th hour information that's going to come forward this week. So hold on, get the popcorn. He might be acquitted, but this is just further battles that are coming his way. He's just being plummeted. They're just dropping on him all the time, and this week's going to be no different. All right, thank you for tuning into this reading the week ahead for Donald Trump.